All right. You hear me?
Hey,
All right.
you hear me?
I hear you. All right, let's just move this
Sweet.
camera so it doesn't look like I have a tiny camera. I gotta have a big camera,
Yeah.
see? Otherwise, you can't see my beautiful face. Easy, bro. There he is, the boy, the man, the myth, the
There we
legend.
go.
Hey, what jersey are you wearing there?
It's my training top for my county when I play county.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You've even combed your hair for us, mate. I appreciate it.
I don't comb my hair. This is my hair natural.
That's good shit. Oh, all right. Well, everyone knows you already, I'm sure. If they don't, people that don't know you, you want to tell everyone about yourself? The old Charlie.
Yeah, so everyone obviously knows me as Clue, but my real name is Charlie. I used to stream a long time ago now, but with COVID and stuff, to be put to an end, unfortunately. And once it's gone, I will be back, and that's a given. Just right now, I obviously can't.
Yeah.
For personal reasons, but if anyone wants me to explain that, I've no problem with explaining that either, because it's not really like me, it's kind of like the government, like they're kind of screwing us over, because if we do something that can be taxed, basically because some of our places are shut, we're on like a payment thing. So let's say if someone subscribes to my channel or something like that, because that can be taxed, I'll lose my payment instantly, basically. So it's just, I can't stream for that perfect reason, basically.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, fair enough. That's annoying. I mean, like, it is what it is. Some governments take all the money and some take none of it. So you never know what you're gonna
It's
what you're gonna end up
frustrating.
with. Yeah, I get that, dude.
It's
100%. So with the streaming and stuff, I mean, did you enjoy it? Like, would you like to do it again, or?
I was loving it. Like obviously I was getting so many different people into my chats and stuff like that. Like even in my offline chats when I'm just playing COD or something with my friends at home, like I'd have people coming in like random, like if we were playing with randoms, I'd have them coming in, dropping me a follow, and sometimes people even drop messages into the offline chat and stuff like that, which I've seen. You know,
Yeah.
I've gone back into their channel, messaging back and stuff. But it's really good, like especially now, because while I'm not streaming, I can get a part of what's going on in the other communities, like obviously being a part of yours, Bliddy's,
Yeah.
whole team. I can still communicate. I just obviously can't do it myself, like as you are now, like on screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
But yeah,
You see what Michaela just said?
I don't know how to fix that static thing. I can't hear it on my end, obviously, but I'm not sure if it's bad. I don't know how I can fix that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Dude, I always see you in everyone's chat, dude. Like, you're a big contributor to all of it. Especially Blitty and Holty and myself. Like, you're always hanging out.
Yeah,
You're always moderating for us. You're always a vibe, dude. And I appreciate everything you do for the communities that you're a part of. Because especially, I mean, I think a lot of the boys, appreciate it as well. I mean, Holty's not here, but he should be. Like, I don't know where he is, but fuck me. But he'll turn up eventually and throw in a lurk and then just leave. So we'll wait for him. But
yeah.
but
I've already been talking to him this morning. He sent me a picture of the new United kit and he's already been slating it, obviously, because he's a city boy and stuff. And yeah,
yeah. I understand that. Yeah, Blitty loves him some Kaloo. I'm absolutely. He's fucking survive. Yeah, but like it's cool because like you're like one of the community members that makes an effort, like a real effort, to come into people's streams and actually enjoy their company. You know what I mean? So I really
yeah,
appreciate like when you're always in here, because there's been times where I didn't have as many mods. So like I remember back when I first started, I had like Pulp, Emo, and Ragnar. That was pretty much it.
mm,
And then there he is, speaking of the devil. And then
Yeah, there he is.
and then all of a sudden, I was like getting more people in and more people in. And then also Ragnar was also streaming at the same time as me. And Pulp and Mimo was across the other side of the world and was never out of bed. So I started like basically doing my own moderation. But then as soon as I got to like maybe 10 viewers, then 15 viewers, that kind of thing, it got really, really difficult to keep up with that and gaming at the same time. And so that's when you came into the chat and you were like, you know what, I'll give you a hand, sort of thing. And it was I really appreciate you doing that. That was cool.
No problem at all. I'm obviously here to help and engage in the community and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, bro, I've got a question for you though. When did the Minecraft like obsession begin? Because like I went into your server, right? And I literally have never seen so much shit in my life. Like there was just like. Dude, I still can't get over the fact that you've built Tony Stark's Avengers Tower. Like, I literally, I flew up and down around it, like, in creative, and I was like, I don't understand how you built it and how long this would have taken, because it was actually fucked. Like, and just, like, the aircraft carrier and all that kind of stuff. Like, how did you, when did you start playing Minecraft, and when did it become a problem?
So I mean, for me, I suppose when I was in the UK is when I probably started gaming and stuff like that. Because I don't know, it just became a hobby. And then when I moved here, like I took a big break from gaming, obviously, because I had to settle myself here and find everything again, and basically start my life again. Like, I mean, when we first moved to Ireland, we lived in a small little like a small little bungalow, which was like 3 bedrooms. Bearing in mind, I've got 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and obviously, like my parents, it was cramped, so like there wasn't a whole pile of room for gaming. But we moved into our new house then, and it started back up again. But I mean, gaming wasn't really big for me when I moved here. Gaming only kind of came back when I obviously got injured, and I was out for a long time. So I started back with FIFA. Got really back into FIFA, started jamming it, became one of the top 100 in the country every week consistently and stuff like that as well. And then I suppose me and the boys just kind of got bored, and we were looking for something new, and we got back into Minecraft. And I played Minecraft before that for years.
Yeah.
And I was just like 6, 7, 8 years old and stuff like that. Just because that's what you do at that sort of age, like play those little like games and like Roblox and all those sort of like kiddie games and stuff,
Yeah. What are you saying?
And basically then it's just, like once you had them sort of skills, you kind of like never lose them, if you get me.
Mm.
And I mean, I think it's about last summer we started up that realm. Me, my friends, and some of his friends and stuff like that. There's a big group of us, and from there we kind of just progressed, and it just kept going on and on, and obviously it's until you see what today.
Yeah, nice. Like, if you could put it, I mean, you probably couldn't, but if you could put a time on how long it took you to build that shit, I mean, how long are we talking, bro? Like,
Oh,
it's big.
yeah. Like, I mean, we started the realm in survival, obviously, and I'd say we're playing on that for about 3 months. Like, when you load into the world, like, Liddy's seen it too, but I teleported him straight to me. Like I showed you, we had that, like, 7,000 blocks on the red light district, all over our houses and stuff like that. I'd say we were on that for about 3 months, and then from there, the group kind of just fell apart, and became just like the 3 of us. So me, the server host, and one of his friends.
Yeah.
And we're kind of just chipping away at it every now and then. Like, the boys are on it pretty much every night, more or less now. I'm not too fussed on it, obviously, because I like to play card, and I don't like Apex, but I'm kind of sucking it up for the rest of my group to play it.
Oh yeah.
Just so we have something to do, because they're all obviously sick of COD as well, and yeah.
Yeah. It was like Blitty said, like for me, I literally struggled. Like I was traveling across the world, and the world was loading as I was traveling because there was so much stuff. And like as you turn in the world, because there's so many buildings, your game lags because of all the blocks that you've built. It's like it's actually insane. Like it can't render fast enough because of the 8-bit.
Yeah, I remember because I obviously took Bliddy in during the 24-hour stream because obviously we jammed a bit of Minecraft like on the server and stuff like that. And I think it was the bowling alley area I took him to, and it was like he was moving in slow motion. He just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I had to like quickly move out and teleport him elsewhere.
It's fucking insane, hey. With the I was just gonna say with your mic and your connection there, it's a bit dodgy. Do you want to try and disconnect, come back, and see if it fixes it? We'll just do that real quick.
Yeah, I can try that. Yeah, it could be my wife. Doesn't mean it's pretty windy and stuff here, and I'm at the bottom of the mountain. So yeah.
No, that's all good. We'll just double check.
Yep.
We'll get him back. We're just gonna see if it fixes it. But then if not, it's all good. We'll just continue. Continue with the chats. Couldn't even get out. I know, right? Fucking insane, dude. Fucking insane. I honestly, like, when I was in there, I was just kind of like, holy shit, I don't even know how to deal with this.
Okay. Oh, camera.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
It's better.
Just be the chair I'm sitting on as well. I don't have like a gaming chair or anything. I'm kind of at like a desk. It's just like a normal like kitchen sort of chair, sort of.
Nah, you're all good, dude. I'm just gonna move the chat down here for you. I'll put it down the middle. That makes sense. All right. Easy. Anyway, sorry about that. I was just trying to see if we could
That's all good.
Fix it up a little bit. But yeah, it's all
good.
Anyway, so Bleedy was saying, yeah, he had his 24-hour stream and all that, which was insane, by the way. Congratulations on that, Bleedy. That was fucking sick. I really enjoyed being a part of that. That was cool. At one stage, he got gifted like 100 subs.
Juice came in and just went ham, and then it all started kicking off from there as well.
It was mental.
Yeah, he had I think it started off with a big raid, and then it just kicked off.
Yeah, I honestly, like, the look on his face was just fucking. It was worth every penny, mate. Honestly,
100%. It was deserved though. It was deserved. Like it could.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Gone to a better person.
I appreciate it. Wax, thanks for that follow, by the way. Appreciate it. So, dude, tell me about, like, what would you be streaming in the future then? Are you doing like Minecraft as well, or just like you're just gonna try new games? Like, we can do a bit of variety here, so as you've noticed and stuff. Like, I don't think Warzone is like should be streamed every day. Do you know what I mean? Like, you stream it every now and again, but like I'm only streaming it maybe one day a week now, so. I wasn't going to stream it at all, but the problem is I get sucked back in because all my mates play it, so I want to play with my mates. So, and I may as well stream it because then all the people in the chat can watch. So, because I'm not a complete bot. I'm okay. I'm not fucking the best in the game. But I get to play with some of the best players, like this fucking legend here. So, it's fun. It's much fun.
So I mean, I suppose when I'm back streaming, like I don't, like obviously it would have been Warzone if it wasn't such a big problem now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Honestly, I've lost the will to play it. Like I used to love it and stuff like that, but it's so hard to play it now. I mean, like Laura, I was playing with Laura, asking me to play with her the other night, and I think I left after 3 games because I just couldn't hack it anymore. It's so hard to play.
Yeah. No, I
just couldn't deal with it. I feel bad for leaving Laura like that, but my controller was either going to go throughout my window or my TV. Like, it was one of the two. I was going to lose something like at this stage.
So I think Rap was going to do that last night too. At one stage, he just like left the game and said nothing, and he literally left his chair and like went into another room. And we were like, me and Mastro were like, oh fuck, like what happened? And then we're sitting in the lobby like waiting for him to come back, and we invite him back and come back, and then we look on his stream and he's not there, and then all of a sudden he just comes out of nowhere, he's just hugging his dog. He's just like, I just need some love.
I mean, it's like like Biddy said, the cheaters are worse. Like, I have no problem with the sweats and stuff like that. I can deal with that, no problem. But it's the hackers that, like,
Yeah.
you just can't think. I mean, like, yeah, I did kill one the other day. Like, it was kind of pure, like, out of pure luck. Like, I had the drop on him, if you get me, because he came up a set of stairs, and I was just watching the stairs because I knew he was in the building, and his head obviously was the first thing I seen, so I just blitzed it. Like,
Yeah.
other than that, like, if you get into them situations, that's the only hope you have. Other than that, it's just game over, really. There's
Yeah.
no stopping them. Like,
No, you can't.
it's really taking the fun out of the game.
They're everywhere, bro. There's no stopping them, and the game's never gonna change it. So, and it's almost sad. Like it's just one of those things. Like it could be such a good game. Like it could be the best game on any console, any platform ever. But they just don't fucking listen to the people who play it. So that's the problem, and like they never will. So, it just is what it is. So you know what I mean? Like, and until like Blitty says, until they get an anti-cheat, it's gonna be the same.
It has to be coming because I mean they're losing all their revenue. Like,
Everyone will
look at
change
the likes
games.
of like Tim the Tan and Nick Merckx and Piku. Like, they've all gone to Apex. Apex died down massively for years, and now because of the big problem we're having on Warzone, everyone's kind of switching to that, whether they like the game or they don't like the game. It's kind of between Splitgate and Apex. They're kind of the only first-person shooters that we do actually have right now.
Yeah, I mean, like Laura says with Fortnite, like of course there's an anti-cheat for Fortnite. Now, if they can create an anti-cheat for Fortnite, why can't they create an anti-cheat for Warzone? I don't understand what the difference is. Like, it's still an FPS. It's still a game that, you know, has controlled battle royale. Like, why is it so hard to create one and so easy for the other? I think it's just a selective thing because they just don't fucking give a shit because they really just want to fucking keep selling those hacks, mate. That's what it is. Like, that's
100%, 100%.
It's a giant circle of cash. Like, every time you ban a cheater, they buy a new account. You create the accounts, they ban them again, they buy a new account. That's called an infinite amount of money. That's a money loop. That's like shorting the stock market. Like, it's just a way to make quick cash easy. And like, if they just keep doing it and the cheaters keep buying the hacks and they keep coming back and keep getting banned, blah blah blah, the circle continues. And they even have their own servers now. Like, they put them in shadow logins and they play against each other.
Exactly.
Like you know, do you know what I mean? Like,
it wouldn't surprise me if people from Activision are actually behind the fact. Like, you know how people can get the Dark Eater and stuff like that. They can grind them lobbies and things. It wouldn't surprise me if it's actually Activision people behind that, because that's more money coming into their system then as well.
Yeah, you'd think so, dude.
People actually do that, like the cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I think what it is with Fortnite, the reason it's so successful, the reason everyone gets it for free, but they also buy everything in the store, is because the game is good to play. Everyone enjoys playing it, so they want to spend money on it. So they go ahead and buy all the packs and they buy all the skins and they buy all the guns because that's the addition they have to a great game. Whereas like Warzone just goes, buy the stuff, the game's shit, don't worry about it. And you're like, well, why the fuck would I spend money on this game if I just get shit on by cheaters every time? Like, there's no point. Like, I may as well just change games. And then people are like, well, let's go to Apex, let's go to Fortnite, let's go to different games. And now Warzone's fun. I think the guys over at Call of Duty are finally realizing, yeah, we're going to have to do something about this before Battlefield comes out. Because if Battlefield comes out and has an anti-cheat, that's the end of Warzone. There's no one's going to play it ever again.
Well, I mean, I've already heard there's going to be a lot of problems to come with the Battlefield, like currently, because obviously the beta is out right now, isn't it? And they're currently, the hackers are getting inside that, and they're preparing for when Battlefield does drop. The hacks are going to be just rolled out like that. But I mean, I'm sure they've seen all the rumors already, and because it's in beta, they're already probably preparing an anti-cheat on Battlefield, to be honest.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, look, let's get off the topic of Warzone just in case we get in trouble. But because we can talk shit about the game all we want, and we do on a regular basis, but no one's gonna fucking listen. So there's not much point, is there? Like, you know, it's like throwing shit at the wall, like, you know, hope it sticks, sort of thing. But it never will. It'll just keep getting hosed down. So we'll not worry about that shit. But anyway, I wanted to thank you too. Like you're the one that got me into Minecraft in the first place. I know I'm touching again on Minecraft, but Minecraft is like I never even knew what it was before I met you. So like I had never played it. I never thought about it. I never even looked at it. I never watched anyone play it. Like I remember the first time I played it was on stream with you. So you can go back in the VODs and see that.
Or the YouTube channel.
Did the mic? What is that?
Huh?
The Nightbot just fucking told you off.
Yeah.
I don't know who set that command. It was me. Wow. Anyway, so that's fucking funny. I need to change that. So like, anyway, what I was gonna say was, so the first time I ever played Minecraft was when I first started playing with you. I literally just downloaded it because you told me to. And then we went in and you were like, okay, it would have been so funny. Now that I think back to that game, the first time I got in, it would have been so fucking funny of you trying to explain things to me because I was so stupid about it. So you're like, I'm like, what does this do? I'm like, why do I need a pickaxe? Like, just stuff like that. Like, what is a cobblestone block? Like, I didn't understand anything about it, dude.
I've got the exact same thing right now with Hold.
Yeah.
Literally.
Holty asked
We
a
were
million
building his
questions.
house and it was just like, yeah, like, because obviously we started building his house and stuff like that. And, I obviously talked to him outside of streaming and stuff like that a lot. And he's, he's willing to learn the game and stuff like that. And he's, it's, like I said to him, like, obviously you came in at the exact same stage. You had a fucking notion about anything. And, like, now look, you know pretty much what most things do. Okay, maybe you don't know about the whole enchantment stuff yet, but everything else you pretty much know.
Yeah.
And you did a lot of it as well.
Yeah, well, like I just wanted to figure it out. Like I like playing games and I like figuring out how they work. Like I'll spend a few hours like just trying to figure it out properly. Unless it's that Subnautica game, I have no idea what the fuck was doing there. Like I actually got so lost.
I don't understand it.
I was literally swimming around in
understand.
circles for like hours, just going, wait, what am I doing? Like I didn't understand it. I just knew that I couldn't swim too deep down because I would die, and that I had to harvest minerals, and then that was it. And I knew nothing else. So, and that I really like a game with a story, with a backstory, like with a direction. But I don't understand games that you just launch into and just go, good luck. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't. I don't understand it. Like I like a game that can like it explains to you what needs to be done. So like in the first 10 minutes of playing a game, I want the game to explain to me everything there is to do in the game and how to do it. And then I'll go off and enjoy it. Rather than getting thrown into a game without any instructions or directions and just being like, figure it out. Because you know what? I probably will give up because I like to be told how to play it so I can play it the way I want to play it after I understand the rules. But if you just say, go for it, I'm like, sorry?
Yeah. Like Minecraft used to be like that before, like this whole like Bedrock and Java and stuff came out. They used to, like when you used to create like let's say a private world or even a realm, you used to go in and the first thing you do was a tutorial. Like you could play on a tutorial world, so like you'd spawn in and before you could leave like this little spawn section, you'd have to complete like a bunch of challenges like creating a pickaxe, building your first house, mining trees and stuff like that, and then you could progress on into the world.
Yeah.
That out, and now it's kind of like you just go in and that's it. Like you just do your thing or whatever.
It's one of those games been out for so long. You think people would have just like figured it out by now. And also like with games like that, Minecraft's fairly simple. Like you can figure it out. Like I was figuring it out myself as I went. Like as soon as I learned the basics, like how to dig up blocks, why they change when you dig them up with certain picks, what different picks do, and then I started learning like the shovels and the like the game mechanics. As soon as I learned all that, as soon as I had a crafting table, I could do whatever I wanted and it was easy. Like the most asked question for me was like where do I find this mineral? Like where do I find the glowstone? Where do I find the redstone? Like I didn't know how to find all this stuff, right? But I figured it out because like you showed me. So that's why. Yeah. Exactly. The Nightbot really doesn't like us today, hey. It's just being like, look.
No. It's coming straight up. Ah, there he is.
Yeah, there's the puss himself.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna turn that off.
I just.
What the fuck? Where is it?
Yeah,
I don't
of
even know
course,
where it
of
is.
course, of course.
There it is. All right. Now when we type Minecraft, it won't come up. I usually had command Minecraft, but it was like obviously not working. But just Minecraft. So every time someone types in Minecraft, Nightbot has a go. Yeah.
Does it just come up?
Yeah, it just comes up. I didn't know. No, I've turned it off now.
Gee.
Turned it off now. That's
Ah,
funny.
right.
Nightbot's just like fuck you. How are you, Holty?
Maybe
Good.
everyone's got the same idea.
Adzi, please shave the beard. I'm not allowed to, unfortunately. I actually it's a channel point redeem, Holty, and I have to grow it until December. So
Yeah, me and Michaela have the power to extend that for another 6 months.
yeah. So
But you could be coming out this like a caveman or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm actually like I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because this is like I started growing this only like what is it, a month and a week. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be pretty fucking thick.
See the new Santa. We get it. We get it dyed. How many channel points to dye it white?
Yeah. Can you imagine walking around with this hair with a white beard? And people are just like,
Oh my God.
did you slip and fall in a bucket
Yeah.
of paint or what the fuck's going on there? That's some funny
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
dude. Oh yeah, Holty, we're just talking about how good you are at Minecraft and you know, all the ways you teach us how to play. That's what we were doing. Oh my god. Here's a question for you, and this is probably something I don't know if I know the answer to this. How did you come across Holty's community, and how did you meet him?
So I met Horty through Dan.
Right.
So I met Horty back when he was on about like 150 followers or something like that, and Dan gave him a raid, and then from there it's just, you know, I just liked the way he engaged with his community, and you know, he's really active and chatty and bubbly and stuff. You know, it's just good vibes, like. And then from there, obviously, I've been there ever since.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And because I mean, he's one of those. He's one of those guys. He does try to read every chat message. I do try to do it as well because it's a good way to engage with everyone and really make sure you include everyone. But at the same time, it's very very difficult when you're playing Warzone. But when you're playing any other game, like if I'm playing Minecraft, I can talk to every single person in chat at the same time. It's quite easy. That's why I do like the Tuesday nights because they're such a vibe when we do that. But it's not.
I mean, with Warzone, that's a different story. Like, especially now, anyway, with all the sweats, because if you look 1 second away to go to your chat, it's game over pretty much.
No, I can't fucking do it.
You know, Horty still does well for it, like, and it's Rav and Master are the same as well. Like, you know, you have to give credit to them, and Bliddy and Rebel, they still engage with their chat so well.
That's probably why they don't
keeping
stream
up
as
the
long.
same intensity and stuff.
I would say like their streams are like 4 hours long, and there's a reason is because like to keep up that level of gameplay while chatting is an actual talent. Like you just have to be that good at that game, right? So you like obviously you met through Dan's channel. When did you start watching Dan?
So probably during last summerish as well. Yeah, probably no, about November or December sort of time, or Octoberish. No, he just came up on my recommended one day, and then just came into him, and obviously Dan's fucking ridiculous at the game, and yeah, he was good vibes and stuff as well, like, and
yeah, I totally get that, dude.
enjoyed the gameplay and stuff, really. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like, I mean, I did the same thing with Headache's channel. Like, I started watching Headache's channel first. That was the first channel I started watching on Twitch, and that was probably like a year and a half ago or so. And I started watching him, and I watched him for like I think it was like 4 or 5 months before I subscribed. Like, I was really enjoying the way he was. Like, I was still gifting subs, but I never subscribed myself. Like, because the concept of gifting subscriptions I really didn't understand it at first. Like I was sort of like, I watched Twitch for like the first 2-3 months and I was like, I don't understand. Like you can give people subscriptions. Like where do they go? What are they for? Like, and I had to try and figure that out. As soon as I figured that out and I was like talking about it and stuff, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I subscribed to his channel. And it was my first subscription. And then he did a couple of times where he would raid other people. And then one time he raided Dan. And then Dan, I followed the raid train for like 4 streams or something. Like, so I was up like all day.
Yeah.
So what happened was the Headache raided Dan, and then Dan raided Dasani, right?
Yeah.
And like I'd seen Dasani before because Ragnar had raided Dasani, right? Because I never heard it, and I'm like, oh, this guy must be good if you've raided him twice. And so like I started watching him, and that's where I met Holty. So I met Holty in that chat. I probably talked to you in Dan's chat, didn't know who you were, but I met
Probably, yeah.
Probably. So I met Holty in Dasani's chat, and then when Holty started streaming, I was fucking the first one to be in there because I was like, this will be fun, like, because I was always watching him play with D, but he never actually streamed. And I was like, wouldn't it be good if Holty streamed? And then he finally did, and then I went over there, and that's how I met you. So it's like the longest fucking chain of communities in the world, but it's the best part about it.
It all connects and stuff.
Yeah, the best part about it is we're all still watching each other, and we're all still supporting each other, and we're all playing with each other still, so it's
100%.
fun.
100%. And like obviously now you're connecting with my community, like because obviously I've been a part of your community for so long, and I split it away one of my friends, and you've joined in on some of it as well. And like I'm connecting my community with you as well.
That's right.
Like, obviously through Ken, because I've been watching Ken for like a year and a half. I mean, he took like a long period of a breakout in between, but like Ken was one of the first streamers I started watching and obviously playing with as well.
Yeah, Ken's such a nice guy too.
Yeah.
Like every time I go and talk to Ken, or every time Ken and I like have a chat, he's a vibe. He's a really nice dude. But that's
leading off with Ken, like me and him are going down as I was saying to Laura, we're starting a new adventure. So basically because obviously we're 2 very different people. So he's like a middle-aged man. I'm really young, like he's old enough to be my dad. But like we're starting a new adventure where it's like just talking to people and offering like helping people through journey, whether it because everyone's at a different stage in life and stuff like that. And it's just sort of just to offer up some wisdom, because Ken's obviously always got a lot to say, and he's got some really good things to say, and he wants to express that. And I'm going to try to help him. And yeah, I think it's a new chapter that we're going to begin, and we're going to obviously stem that onto YouTube and all kinds of different things.
That'd be awesome, dude. I'd love to be a part of that too. Like if I can have a chat with Ken as well, that'd be sick, right? Because obviously, like you said,
100%.
He has a lot to say, and
I'd already mentioned
I'd appreciate it. Yeah, that'd be fun. Because I mean, like the last couple of times I've been in Ken's chat, it's been very, very late at night for me. So I haven't been very engaging in the chat. I just kind of been watching and maybe saying hello and whatever. But it's not that he's just like got that attitude to life. You can tell that he's just like a really positive person, and he's someone you want to group around. So I would definitely think that would take off.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Like, I think today we sort of, I mean, he's not awake yet. Like, it's kind of, we're just gonna test the waters with it. But like after a while, hopefully when it grows, we're gonna create like a little Q&A section for people, like similar to what you're doing. Like, but we're gonna have like people like come in and they can ask questions, and like while we're on the show, then like we can talk through the questions answered, and people can obviously come into the chat, and we can include their chat and all of that.
Yeah, exactly, and like we can then get rid of all these filthy animals out of this chat, and then go to another one. Glass is saying that the first person he found on Twitch was Beach Friday. Like Beach Friday is one of those guys, like he's such a vibe, that dude. Like he's got so much energy. Like I've never seen anything like it. Like he's doing like 12, 13, 14 hour streams where he just talks and like just like dances around, and he fucking listens to tunes, and like I've never seen anything like it. It's just so funny, like, and he doesn't take anything too seriously. He just kind of does whatever makes him feel good. Like he doesn't have any structure or anything. Exactly. Like it's just like he'll be talking about one thing, and he'll talk about it for 25 minutes, and all of a sudden he'll be like, "Let's play a song." And he'll just start playing a song and dancing. Yeah. And then the boys are like, "We're in the middle of a Warzone game." And he's just like, I don't fucking care. I'm dancing. Like, it was just, I really do love it, eh? Like, it's just an amazing time.
It's golden, because obviously I messaged you this morning, like Beach was just going wild, because I clicked into his stream this morning, and he was just rapping. Like it was his own lyric. It has to be lyrics, because one of the lines he came out with was like Ronda Rousey coming on Mickey Mousey, and I was just wetting myself. Like, some of the things he was coming out with was just brilliant.
He's just like spitting lyrics for no apparent reason, in no sense.
Hey, he was just going ham, like yeah. It's so good. I enjoy myself. If anybody just wants to catch a vibe and just to chill and just laugh their head off, head over to the beach, because my man's vibe.
Can we get a shout out in the chat for Beach Friday? I'd appreciate that. If you guys know how to spell it, Beach FRYDAY, Beach Friday. He's a vibe. He's probably streaming right now. Actually, I think so. But yeah, I met Glatz.
He's still going.
I met Glatz through Beach Friday's chat, and that was a vibe. And I met Beach Friday actually in Crow Gaming's chat, which is, so what happened was I was in Ragnar's stream one night, and I was lurking in his stream, and he raided, and I didn't realize. And then I come back to my tab, and it was on this guy called Crow Gaming, right? Crow Gaming is an American dude who like does support streams, right? Never seen a support stream in my life. I've never even heard of it. And there's a lot of people in his chat. There was like 100 people in there just talking. And like,
oh, I think I was there the other day actually.
Yeah. There was like 100 people in there just like following each other basically. And I like the follow for follow thing, kind of like, I don't know whether it works, to be honest. I always thought that was a bit weird.
I got some people followed from me from that. Like you just talk in the chat and all of a sudden you get like all their mods and stuff shouting you out. Like there's Captain Kirk. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah, I do know Captain
But she's
Kirk,
in dance chat a lot. I met her. Yeah, I met her over there as well.
Yeah. So like, look, it is a good way to meet people, but it's not a good way to connect with people. I've spoken to Beach about this before, and I said to him, I was like, it's a really good concept if it works, but like it doesn't always work, because you know what, it's got to be a two-way street. So basically what happens is if you follow someone and you don't plan on actually watching their stream, you should probably not have followed them in the first place, because a number of followers, it's a big thing to have a lot of followers. Don't get me wrong, like we just passed 1,100 tonight as of like 30 minutes ago, which is fucking sick, right? And that's awesome. That's super awesome. But if we don't have 1,100 people right now watching us, do we? So it's different again. Like it's you know, if you have, I've seen people with 10,000 followers and 20 viewers, like that's shithouse. Like if you have 10,000 followers and 20 viewers, you should probably just not be on Twitch. Like it seems like a waste of time to you, right? But if you have 10,000 followers and you have like 1,000 people watching, like that is where you want to be at. Like, because you 100%. Actually made the effort to produce content that people want to watch, one, and you've also probably made the effort to go other people's chats who have followed you, right? Now, one of my biggest things on Twitch, and the reason I think that this channel has been so successful in this community, is that I literally make the effort to go to nearly every person's chat. Like if someone's live that's in this community, I do my best to make it there. At least talk and lurk, if not, try to engage. Like I've sat in some people's streams, there'd be two people in there, I'm the one other person other than themselves, and I'll chat to them for 3 hours. Like it doesn't take much effort. It just means that you just need to like, you know, engage with people who like make the effort for you. So every single person that's in this chat right now is here because I've made the effort to engage in their chats. Either that, or they're just a supporter.
What it's about, yeah.
Yeah, so
it's not so much about the follow for follow. It's about like the actual.
It's supporting each other
and into the community with everybody and stuff like
That's
that.
Right.
Yeah.
And if anyone ever comes in to this chat and supports this stream, I'll try to make the effort to support them, and that's my guarantee on that. And like I don't want to make this channel too big, but at the same time, it's growing anyway. So like. Because I love it when there's about 20, 30 people in the chat and they're just chatting like this. It's easy to keep up with. It's easy to run through everyone. You can see what everyone's saying. You can see what everyone's talking about. A couple of times over the 24-hour stream, we've had an average of like 55. That becomes a little bit hectic. like trying to catch up with everyone's chats while you're playing games, especially when everyone's gambling pickles. That can get a little bit messy, right? But then if I had like 100 people in here, I don't know if I'd enjoy it because I wouldn't be able to engage with the chat. So like it'd be very difficult to actually talk to people. So like I like the community we've built is really, really nice. And like if it grew from here, I wouldn't be upset. But at the same time, I'm happy where it's at the moment, the way it's going. So that's the positive thing there. Now, of course, you always want to strive for more. You want to be partner, you know, or you want to, especially you want to do it for a living, right? Like it'd be a dream to do it for a living, but look, we've all got to be realistic. Twitch doesn't pay you a lot of money, so it's not.
It's hard.
Yeah, you've got to be really getting the big figures. Like you've got to be having like 300, 400 people consistently, you know, every single stream. You know, revenue talking like 100 subs to go. Like you can't just, you know, if you get 10 subs a stream, that's a failed stream. Like if you're a partner streamer, like that's not good. Like if you know, you've seen when Nick Merckx goes online, it's fucking insane. Like, you know, he's got 65,000 people in his chat, right? He has 7,000 hype trains a fucking stream. Like it's just the amount of money that guy must be making is astronomical, but it's such a disconnect. You know what I mean? Like, but you don't go to Nick Merckx stream in order to chat with him, do you? No, you go to Nick Merckx stream just to watch him. It's like watching YouTube.
I mean, you can't chat with him anyway, like, you know, because you've got 5,000 other people messaging in the chat, and like
I don't even think he has the chat box up.
One or two, but,
you wouldn't bother having it up, would you? You just have it like off to the side somewhere and just not read it. Like you'd just be playing the game and just talking shit as you normally would. And just, but he wouldn't be saying, like, you would be addressing the chat as a whole, but not actually talking to individuals because there's just no, it's just impossible. There's no fucking way you could do it. So it's saying that I love the way the community's at right now and the fact that we can actually, you know, take this chat into someone else's chat and make a difference. Like whether it be 20 of us, 30 of us, 40 of us, whatever it might be, we can take those people to someone else's chat and they're all engaging and then they actually have a good time. So that's a really fun thing for me.
Yeah.
But so like going back to the follow for follow thing, obviously we understand how I feel about it, but at the same time, it is a nice place to meet people if you do make that effort. So I met Beach Friday in Crow Gaming stream, just on randomly. Yeah. So Crow was saying, "Oh, follow this person," and I think it was when he was trying to get to 1,000 followers or something. And I was like, "Oh, he looks like a cool guy that I could vibe with," so I followed him. A lot of the people that followed me on that channel, I didn't actually follow back because I was like, I don't know any of these people. I had to look at their channels and they're all just the same shit. Like none of them had character. Yeah. So I followed Beach because I was like, I watched one of his VODs and I was like, this guy, I can get to know this guy. This guy's cool. And so we've been chatting for a while now. And it was crazy. The crazy to me too is that Crow Gaming comes into this chat sometimes, right? Like this guy's a partner streamer. He has a lot on his plate. He has 100 and 200 viewers a stream. Like he's a pretty big deal at the moment. But he comes into this stream to watch us play Warzone like all the time. Yeah. And he'll text me and be like, "Oh, you know, you guys are frying." I was like, "That's so random." Like just like. Yeah. But out of the because he's got like 20,000 followers or something. Out of the 20,000 people that he follows or whatever, he comes and watches me. Like that's insane. But that's a cool feeling, right?
100%.
But I think the way the community's going, especially with you and like with Holty and Blitty and all these guys, we're all going to consistently grow together because I mean, look how many people hit 1,000 followers last week.
Holty, there's so many.
I think Laura did as
JT,
well.
JT, there was a lot.
Yeah, Laura and JT, yeah.
There was a lot.
Yeah, that's another community that's a vibe. JT's community is fucking awesome too.
Yeah.
I've never seen that many biddies being thrown away. Like, holy shit. Like they were trying to out biddy drop each other.
Yeah.
Like one person dropped 2,000 bits, the next person dropped 5,000 bits, and then the guy's like 10,000 and then he just boomed on top of that. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I've never seen that many bits in my life. Like, I had to work out how much that was. Like, I was just like...
There's a lot.
That was cool. And that's pounds too, isn't it? Like...
Yeah, because they're in the UK. But I mean, obviously they changed the prices, and I'm not sure if they changed prices on bits, but I know they did it on subs. Like they brought it down like €1 or £1 or something like that.
Yeah, it went down $1 here as well. So it was
Yeah.
$8.99 a sub for us. Went down to
Whoa, what?
$7.99 a
Jeez,
sub. Yeah, it's crazy expensive here. Because of the
mad.
US dollar to the Australian dollars is still 70 cents or whatever. So it's like everything is, 30% higher. So it's, it's not it's ridiculous, but yeah, it's crazy. But it is what it is.
That's rough.
It's just having a minute in Club Actual. Yeah, I love Club Actual. Have you been to Club Actual, Kaloo?
Perhaps.
Rav's stream is now Club Actual because of the music, because he has the music so loud.
Yeah,
He just vibes the whole time.
He's just
Do you know the funny part about his stream as well is that when he listens to music and stuff, he's vibing. You can tell he's really into it. He's moving his head around. He's getting into it. He plays the game. He's like, yeah, fucking singing and dancing and stuff. His VODs are muted, but not muted from the music. Like the VODs just don't have the music in it because his VODs are recorded without the soundtrack, right? So in his VODs, if you watch his VOD back, I mean, I'm pretty sure he takes most of them down, but if you watch his VOD back, it has no music in it. So he's just sitting there doing this. Like, yeah, fucking yeah. And like, but there's no music behind him. It's so funny, dude. Like, and I love that too. But he showed me, actually, Laura, I can show you after this. He's sent me the information on how to do it, how to set up a separate VOD track for music for Spotify. So that's probably something I want to set up too. But generally speaking, with me, I don't have my music that loud, so you can't hear it. So you can hear it, but you can't if you have headphones on, you can hear it. But if you're listening on your phone, you can't really hear it much. And it doesn't pick up on the VOD. So they don't flag it. They don't mute my stream because they can't hear it. So, or it's too soft for them to pick up. So that's why I have it so low. Because a lot of people go, turn it up. Like, I can't. because I should probably, I showed him that. There you go, Blitty. Because he wanted to know how to do it. Yeah, there you go. So you're like, well, then you can walk me through it as well when I do it. Because he told me how to do it, but I'm obviously sometimes and somewhat technically special, so he can help me out. The other thing I want to touch on with you, man, is I don't know what everyone knows, but do you want to explain to everyone what you do for a living and how you go about that?
Yeah. So outside varsity switching game and stuff like that, I used to be a semi-pro athlete, and I also run my own business of personal training and strength and conditioning. So I've been a strength and conditioning coach since I was 16, fully qualified, and I've been coaching my local team. So from under 12s, 14s, 16s, minors, and even my senior team as well. So about 2 years ago then, went and fully finished off everything and got my personal training and stuff like that. So I have my own clients, and I'm in the process. It's been dragging out for a long time. I'm in the process of sort of trying to kill two birds with one stone, and not only set up my own business, like my own gym, but get a gym for my actual club. Because at the moment we're one of the only, for the specific sport, which is Gaelic football, we're one of the only clubs in my region that don't have a gym. So I'm trying to kill two birds. I've pledged to the board. I've gone and mapped everything out, and I'm trying to kill two birds, saying, look, if we can get the facilities and stuff like that, I've got all the prices. If you can find a place to put this gym, I have no problem running it for you. And then I'm obviously going to take my own business inside there eventually, when it does crop up. But at the moment, I've been doing everything from home and online and stuff like that.
Yeah, nice, dude. And so did you used to play Gaelic football or?
So I play Gaelic football, but I mean my main sport, it used to be soccer. So when I was in the UK, I was all predominantly soccer based. I'd had underage. I was in academies underage for Charlton Athletic, and then I got into secondary school. I'm not sure what you'd call it in America, but it's when you just become a teenager, you go into the biggest school. Nursery or kindergarten, primary school, and then So I went into there and like I did my first year just chilling, playing soccer and stuff like that, and the scholarship and stuff. And the rugby coach came up to the soccer game, and he was like, "Hey, look, would you ever fancy coming down to such and such a day trying this?" So I went down anyway just to see what it is, because at first like never ever gone and take a look at rugby, because like that shit was psycho. Like I've seen it on TV and I'm like, nah, fuck that. But I went in, just absolutely hooked. Like such a vibe, and obviously the band you can have in the team and stuff like that. And then rugby kind of just started creeping in, and soccer started, slowly slipping down my list, and I started going into rugby. And I'm never gonna forget it, because it hurt. But just before I moved, my school in England, we was going to internationals. We'd won our county, we'd won a national title for schools rugby, and we were about to go to France, play in the tournament. We got like catalogs from Adidas, we can get sponsored gear, everything for free. And I moved here, so I didn't get to go to Paris to play internationals. It was sick, and like it was hard, but yeah. And like a lot of my younger days, like I spent moving around, because obviously I like being a half traveler and stuff. I've seen a lot. I've had a different life would have, like as a younger, like I've never really been settled and stuff. Whereas like my younger siblings and stuff, they've always been settled and stuff. So that's that's fine. But like it's very different characters in my house.
Yeah.
It's like I was born on the traveling side, the rest were all like kind of settled. So it's like but here then is a completely different atmosphere. Like I went from a school where there was like 350 people in my year to just 20.
Crazy.
It's such a huge difference. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Like, and I mean, like in England we had like blazers, tires, and the full thing. Like, and here it was just like a jumper, just a plain polo shirt, and that's it pretty much. There's
no structure to it. You're used to the structure, and then
yeah, exactly.
It's like mufti day every day.
Yeah, pretty much. I was loving it. Loving it. And like obviously moving here, then it was a different, like not only a different experience for me, but a different experience for some of them. Because like the accent and stuff like that, and I had to get used to some of them. Like there was one lad in school, I swear, I couldn't understand him for about the first year and a half I was inside that school. I never used to pay any attention to him because I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. Like his accent, your country, and I didn't bother.
Couldn't like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. I need a translator every time you speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Like hold it up in front of you and just like, what? What does this mean?
Yeah, I feel like I'd turn around to one of my friends after and like, what did he say? Like I'd just stand there and just nod.
Yeah, sure. Yep. Okay. That's so good, bro. It's funny, like being lost in translation and all that kind of stuff. Like when I was in high school, I went to a private school, it was a Christian private school. I was there for for the first 4 years of my secondary school, which is like high school, and to what we say is like grade 10, and then I left that school, and because for me like the education was not all there in that school. Like it was very much focused around religion, and also the teaching of religion. And I was kind of like not learning anything because of that. Like it was kind of like just annoying me more than anything. Like I'm not a religious person to begin with. Like I said, a lot of people know I appreciate the morality of religion, but I never really understood it as a kid. I was kind of like, look, I really just want to do my work. I want to, read my history books. I want to, read my non-fiction biographies, all that kind of stuff. I want to go through all that kind of stuff and learn something. I don't need to spend 45 an hour every day talking about Christianity because I'm not interested in it. So basically, the education wasn't there for me. So I moved schools. And I moved from a private school, and this is where I was relating to you. I went from a private school to a public school, right? And so I went from a private school where you wear a tie, then you wear a blazer and you wear suit pants and polished shoes to a public school where, you know, you wear your tie if you feel like it, and you never tuck your shirt in. You wear shorts and you can wear whatever shoes you want. Like, and that for me was like, it was weird. Like the first day at school, I rocked up, I had the whole uniform on, and then I noticed no one's wearing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, so everyone's wearing the colors, but they're not really wearing the uniform the way it's supposed to be worn. And I was just like, it's kind of like the school gave up on trying to enforce it. And they were just like, just wear whatever you want as long as you learn something. Like, they really didn't give a shit. Yeah. But then, you know what the crazy part about that story is that I learned more in the 2 years of my high schooling at a public school than I did in the 4 years of the private school, because I spent more time on my education and talking with my teachers and stuff in a smaller year group, and less time wasting my time with all the other bullshit that comes with private school. And all the fees and stuff, it just weren't worth it. Like it was good teaching you like how to be a good person in society, but it wasn't good at teaching you how to fucking actually pass your high school certificate. Like it was just, so I learned more in those 2 years than anything. Now that's why I was saying to you, like, you know, you've gone from such a structured school and you've gone to a non-structured school. And so the difference is massive, but it might be a different change for you, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, even when I was in school now, like in England, like, it wasn't so structured. It's just, like, Laura might know, like, every school in England has that set up, like, the blazers and the ties and stuff like that, pretty much. But, like, because there were so many people in a year, like, you'd be kind of, like, split into, like, different tutors. But, like, because I was on the scholarship program, I was, like, separated from, like, everybody else, and we had our own set tutor, like.
Yeah.
But, it was like, when it, like, half the time I wasn't even in school, like, I'd be out competing. Like, I mean, for example, cricket, we went to, the school had just started cricket. So we went to a game, and our first game, like, we were all a bunch of 14, 15-year-olds. And our first game was against Kent University, and they were all a bunch of 17 and 18-year-olds. And after that game, it was the first game of the school had ever had a cricket, and after that game, cricket got banned from the school because 3 of us came out with broken arm because, like, we were just getting hammered by it. Like, obviously all the, yeah, it didn't go down well. But I spent most of my time, like, whether it be athletics or soccer or rugby, like, I was barely in the school. And obviously when I came here then, and I came into the school I came into had nothing. All they had was just like an indoor soccer league, so I obviously joined that, and like the Gaelic football and the rugby. Like, we started a rugby team, like, it was really, really small, and it was not hard to do stuff, so like it was a lot of work. But it was kind of like the fact that I knew I was kind of like untouchable. There was a couple of us, like, we played all the sports for the school, and like sports was one of the main ways that school made money, because obviously it's such a small school, so they don't get like as much money from students and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we kind of just pissed really in school, because we knew they couldn't kick us, because if they kicked us, they've got no source of income then as well at the same time. And we were told it straight out, you know, because we'd won the school a lot, especially when it came to the rugby side factor as well. We were blitzing people into next week. Like, we were county champions for the past 3 years running when I was there. Like, it was the older years tournament, like a fifth year, which is like the 2 years you're in before you go to college. But I was competing in them when I was in second year, just purely for the fact that, one, numbers wise, and two, because I was able to. And I mean, like, that drove my rugby even more, because then I had my club level outside of that, and then after club level I did go semi-pro in rugby, so like soccer just went completely out the window when I sort of came here. And I was on the Munster Academy setup, and then that's where I suffered my ACL injury, and I've not gone, but like, I went back to rugby once, and like, it's been about 2 years since the first like actual injury, and I went back to training with my club, and I went and did my other knee in. So I don't know, like, I'm
down bad.
gonna finish a rugby career. Yeah, it's rough.
Dude, it's injuries.
Like, I was kind of hoping, like, like, I was kind of hoping after the year and a half, like, I know I wouldn't fully back to the level where I was. But I was hoping, like, I'd make some sort of a comeback. Like, go back to my club, and then after that, hopefully, I'll get back into the Monster Academy team and, progress back onto the Monster team. Or if I have to go to the likes of, like, Connacht or Ulster or somewhere like that,
Yeah.
And, nah, I've just, rugby for me is done now, and it's back to soccer, basically.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. I only played a fair bit of sport in my time, like, but nothing like crazy team like sports. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been a big rugby league fan. Like, I've always watched it. I used to referee soccer when I was younger, or referee football, as you would say. I used to like compete in indoor rock climbing. I used to do competitive 10-pin bowling, of all the things. Just stuff like that. Like, I used to like do all the like sports you do by yourself. Like, I never really contributed much to team sports. Some of the sports were pretty full on, like, and but a lot of them were just like individual sports. You know what I mean? It wasn't that I was a bad team player. It's just that I was always the weakest link on the team. So I wasn't very good at it, and I wasn't very big either. Like, I was a very small person. So like
that's like, I'm the same. Like, I'm only 5'7", but I'll be fairly blocky. But like, that's what I love most about rugby.
Yeah.
If I'm playing as a 9, I remember college training one day. I was a first year, so like I was in my freshman year, and obviously the coach knew who I was because he was my academy trainer, like with Monster. And the 8 comes off the back of a rock, and he's literally pointing at me, looking like, saying like, I'm coming for you. And I just I'm moving back about 15 yards and put flat in his ass, and I just get up and start laughing at him. Like, it's one thing I love about it. Like, you get a cocky 8 or something like that, because they see just someone that's small,
and they just
but
want to
like,
bash
fuck
you.
me out. If you I can bring you back down. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I
Good thing
understand
about
that
it.
completely. For me, I played a lot of football, like soccer, in my time when I was younger, and we used to, because my dad and my brother are massive football fans. So like my dad and my brother are massive West Ham United fans, and they have been for forever. Like, my dad has one of those like 70s skinny sleeve West Ham jerseys.
Retro, yeah.
Like,
I know the ones, yeah.
he still wears it to this day. It's like basically made out of fucking paper by now. Like, it is so fucked. Like, and it's been through the wash that many times.
That
Like,
Aston Villa gem. I've a friend that supports Aston Villa who'd be very happy with that comment.
so, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's everyone supports the team. So when I started, I used to watch football with my dad a lot. I used to watch the English Premier League highlights with him on a Monday, and we used to just chill out and watch. And he was always like, "You need to pick a team. You need to pick a team. You need to pick a team." I was like, "I don't want to pick a team." Like, but I always really enjoyed watching Steven Gerrard play. So I kind of like watched Liverpool a lot, but at the same time, I didn't really support them. Like, I just kind of watched their games if they were on, and I was interested to see how they went, because I was like, the way Steven Gerrard played, he was always a really, really good player, and just the way he moved around the pitch, and as he was captain as well. Like, I really enjoyed watching him play. But besides that, I didn't really have a preference, to be honest. Like, now I'm talking tribal football. I mean, we have a lot of UK viewers, so I can imagine that everyone's going to get really like tribal about it.
Days, yeah.
So
I can talk about soccer for days.
What team do you support?
So I have my two. Well, it's 3 clubs for me. One is United, which is the actual team I support. 2 would be Charlton Athletic, because obviously they're my boyhood club. Like, I played for them when I was underage, like 8, 9, 10. And 3, there's one team that has a big place in my heart. Like, I've got a tattoo of it, and that's Millwall.
Millwall. They're in first grade or second grade now?
Millwall, they're in the Championship. Probably one of the most historic teams in England.
Yeah.
Rough as fuck, but like, I wouldn't have it any other way,
That's awesome. And obviously that was bred into you as a kid, because obviously you would have watched football from when you were really small, yeah?
No, so the Millwall factor, so my granddad, my nan, like my actual traveling side of the family, she was married 3 times.
Yeah.
So I have my actual granddad, which is where he came from. He used to play for Crystal Palace when he was younger. The second guy, no idea, because my mum refuses to let me know him, because he knows if I do, I'm going to go after him. And then there's the third, who he was actually my granddad. But to me, he was there all of my life. He's the one I knew the most. And that's why I got the tattoo in memory of his death.
Makes sense.
Like he taught me everything. So basically everything that I shouldn't know, I know. Like he's the one that basically taught me to survive.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
How to make quick easy money, everything, you know, that your parents really wouldn't want, you know, and he taught me. But like
Life skills.
so exactly, like, you know, like I could easily go out on the street now and I'd be perfectly fine, like.
Yeah, and not many
And
people can
that's what I'm
say they
him.
can do that.
He was there for a lot of my life. And I mean, like my nan, she suffers a lot, like has brain tumors, and she has a lot of parts, like her brain missing, that's been taken out to obviously take out the tumors. And it's hard, like especially when, because obviously I'm here and she's there, like she means like everyone in my house, they all live upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that lives downstairs, but that's purely for her. Like, because hopefully, you know, we're hoping she gets to move here, because now she's on her own. She hasn't got my granddad. Like, well, I call him my granddad, but he's not my granddad. But like, to me is, you know, but
Yeah.
she obviously hasn't got much. She needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
Like a lot of help. Like, like yeah. Like especially when I went over to her funeral, like his funeral, she didn't even want my mum in the car with her. Like, you know, to sit in the hearse. Like it was me she wanted. And that, like, the part of my family that haven't got a lot, but they'll always give what they can, compared to my other half of the family, which is my dad's side. They have a load of money, they don't give a shit. You know, they'll come here just mock about like, oh, the weather is so bad, or you live so far away and stuff like that. Like they have villas in Spain, and you know, they just live in Spain, which is fine. But to me, it's side of my family that have nothing, is where, like, you know, they have nothing. They fought all their lives, and that's what I believe, because that's how I was growing up.
Yeah.
To the rest of my siblings and stuff like that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Like, it's
like,
one of you created something with people because you didn't have like priorities in the wrong places. So it's like you've basically spent, you know, your life with people, like talking to your family and friends and stuff who are close to you, and you haven't had any like, you know, superficial shit in the way. And that's what created the bonds between all of you, right? But then like there's a lot of people in this world who use the superficial things to escape that bond because they're either scared of it, or they don't like it, or they don't want to be a part of it. And those people are hard to get along with. So like I appreciate, like I understand what you're saying when you say that, because you obviously created a really good bond with your family. And like that's why you're so close, and that's why you know, your grandmother wanted you to ride in the hearse. Like that's 100% why. Like because
it
you were.
was, it was, it was tough, especially going over there and stuff, because of they meant a lot to me. And like, you know, the bit that really hit home for me was the fact that it wasn't my mom, her own daughter, she wanted in the car. It was me, because to her, I am him. Like she
Yeah.
sees me, sees him and me. Do you know?
Well, he
And it
molded
was
you
like,
in his
when
image.
I, exactly, like, he taught me everything. Everything I know today was through him. Like, and I mean, like, he wasn't, like, he wasn't, let's say, an idol. You could say, you know, he's you know, he spent his time in prison and stuff like that, and he's done some things that like I wouldn't be happy of. But I mean, to me, he was like, he was there.
Yeah, exactly. And like you know what it is, it doesn't really matter about all the stuff that he did. It's the way he went about you know, correcting it later. So
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah. People make mistakes in life. Like everyone's made a mistake where they regret the mistake they made, or they think to themselves, "Fuck, I wish I could have thought that over." But you know what? the fact that you're reflected on that means that you've repented and that you're trying to make it better. So you're trying to change it. So like a lot of the people who go and, I think a lot of the people who are in prison and stuff and who go to prison for certain things, that whether it be possession or murder or all these crazy things, right? If you don't reform and regret it, you're always going to be that person, and that person is lost. Okay. But if you make a mistake in life and you end up in the place like that, you learn to survive and you figure it out, and then you say to yourself, shit, I wish I'd done things different. You've learned from it, so you won't do it again, and you probably become a better person because of it. And so then he passes all that on to you.
That's what I've seen.
Yeah, he passes all that on to you and creates you into the person you are today, which is a fucking top bloke.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like a prime example of the difference between like me and my mum, the rest of my family, is like when I got my tattoo, obviously to remember my granddad and stuff like that. My nan that was with the granddad was like, oh, what have you done? Like, granddad would kill you. And I'm like, I told her what exactly everything is, and she just burst into tears because she didn't see that coming. She thought, oh fuck, I've done something stupid. This is exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But you did it for the right reasons.
And then yeah. And then I told like my other half of the family, they found out and they disowned me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not joking. Their exact was, oh, I wish I didn't send you that birthday card now and stuff like that. And to me, I was just like, you're entitled. Like in my head, it's like, look, it's your own opinion. I don't care. I did this for me and to remember. It's because they're really old-fashioned and stuff like that. But look, it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk. Like.
Yeah, I understand that, dude. Like, but it's hard. It's hard from both perspectives of that. Like, one, obviously people who are old fashioned never going to change. Like, they're never going to change with the times. They're never going to adapt. They're always going to be those people, and that's just the way they are. And you just have to accept that. And you probably already had. So regardless of whether you got the tattoo or not, you didn't really care what they thought, anyways. It doesn't really matter. So like it's kind of the same. Like I have really, really awesome grandparents. Like my grandmother on my mom's side is one of my best friends. Like I talk to her all the time. Like we're very close. And like before COVID and stuff, I used to go every Saturday. I'd go over. Like just for the morning or for the afternoon. We sit around and watch the horse races together, right? Because she's a massive horse racing fan, and like she loves horses. She loves dance and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, we'll go over, watch the horse races at Randwick or wherever it was, Flemington, and we punt on the horses. Like it'd be like $1 or $2 or whatever. It obviously became more money later on because I had more money to gamble. But my grandmother's always, even though she has the money, she's always like $1 each way or $1.50 each way. She's never gonna bet more than she has, or because she enjoys the punt more than she enjoys the win. Like she enjoys just like
she's there for the adrenaline. Like.
Yeah. So like for me, and then like when I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, grandma, can I have $1? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what? I'll put it on that one. Why? It's the grey one. I like the grey one. I'm like, all right. And then so I got to learn all the jockeys' names, all the horse breeds, like all the saddle types, all the race cards, everything. And just because grandma was teaching me. In the meantime, grandpa in the other room was teaching me rugby league. So like. I started watching rugby league because of my grandfather, because obviously I come from a family full of football fans, and they're all sitting around watching soccer, and my grandfather was always watching the league, and my dad was always like, league is for fucking idiots, and he'd never watch it, right? And we never had it on the house. Like I wasn't even able to watch it when I was younger because he wouldn't have it in his house on the TV. Like he was that against it. He thought it was just he's like, nah, it's for knuckleheads and idiots and blah blah blah, and you know what I mean? Like because the dad was it was football or nothing, you know what I mean? And like, so I go over to my grandfather's house and he just be like, oi, I'm watching the Manly game. You want to watch? I'm like, all right. So we sit down, we teach me the rules. My grandfather gave me my first beer. Like I was definitely not supposed to have it. Like my grandfather, he taught me who Arnold Schwarzenegger was. He taught me who Stallone was. We watched all the movies. We watched Rambo. We watched Terminator, showed me Conan and all that shit. Like all these movies that I wasn't supposed to watch. like, because my parents would never let me watch them. I watched them at Grandpa's house. So if there was a movie, like a really fucked up movie that I wanted to see, I'd be like, Grandpa, you seen this movie? And he's like, no, no, no. And this is back when like Blockbuster was a thing. And I'd be like, do you want to go down the video store and get it? And he's like, yeah. So our thing would be like on the weekends, instead of like people like when they were sort of like under the age of 18, instead of them like loitering around at skate parks and doing bits and pieces like that, I'd be at Grandpa's house watching some fucked up horror movie or something, like, you know, and just like having a beer when I wasn't supposed to, and like, you know, just staying up till like 1 a.m. I was like a 15-year-old and just like being like, I've never stayed up this late. Like, you know, nowadays I don't go to bed till like 4 a.m. Like it's, but back then it was like 1 a.m. was just like, I'm being naughty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause my parents are so like, they're so sheltering when it comes to things in life. Sometimes like you say to me, like, you're like, oh yeah, I grew up in a place where like I had to fend for myself and do all these things. And like, for me, it's like, I didn't have any of that. Like, and, you know, I had to sort of learn it as an adult, most of that stuff. So like,
That can be tough at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So when the reason I'm telling this story is because I can relate to your grandfather, because my grandfather passed away nearly 10 years ago now, and he was my best friend in the world. Like he taught me everything I love today. So like he taught me, like I said, the football, all of the movies that I love. Like half of the stuff that I've got behind me right here is the reason, like he introduced me to this stuff. You know what I mean? All those things like that. He introduced me to cars. He's a big car person. He used to own all these different cars. He used to work on his car in the garage, and I used to sit around and watch him. And I was like, I have no idea what he's doing, but I was like, this is cool. I'm being a man and doing man stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, again, he's like, pass me that, and I learned what tools were, like what wrenches were and sockets and all this kind of stuff. And now I'm a mechanic for a living. Like, this is my job. Like, I rebuild engines on a daily basis. That is my job now. And like, I wouldn't have had a passion for the job and for the engineering of mechanics and cars if it wasn't for my grandfather. So everything that happened to me in my life, I really do owe it to him. And the fact that when he passed away, it's probably the saddest day of my life. Like, it was just horrible, but it was one of those days where it was kind of surreal. It didn't really kick in for like 3 or 4 years after. I was like, wait, no, he's actually gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but he was one of those guys that, like, I could literally like call him about anything and he would never blow up. Like, he'd just be like, he was so calm. Like he was always so calm. You could tell him, oh, somebody's hit someone on the road outside, and he would be like, yeah, right. And so, but he'd grab his beer on the way past. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was like one of those people who's like, he's never in a hurry to do anything. Like, he was a massive golfer and all that kind of stuff. So he had a lot of patience, and he just like nothing fazed him at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, grandma, someone got shot in the driveway. All right, I'll be out in a sec. Like, you know, like he would just, and that's what I loved about him, how calm he was and cool he was. And I was just like, I want to be like that. And like, I think that literally all my mannerisms and the way I am today is because of him. And that's how I can feel what you're saying with that, because I relate to it a lot. It's kind of cool, right? Yeah. Like, yeah, I never got any tattoos, but yeah. Do you want to show us the tattoo or?
Yeah, I can do, yeah. So it's on the side of my arm. So it's basically, because I obviously wasn't going to get the full, like, Millwall lion.
Yeah.
That would look stupid at the same time. So, like, I've got the lion's head, like, and then I've got
the rose at the
2 roses, like, to obviously remember him, like, as well.
That's awesome.
And then later on, like, in the inside of my arm here, I'm gonna get like a dagger, which is obviously the let's say the club symbol for Charlton Athletic.
Yeah.
And then on my forearm, when my nan does ever pass away, that's
complete that tattoo.
Dedicated for her.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, I know a lot of people that they get tattoos for those reasons. Like, they get a tattoo to remember someone or a milestone in their life, or whatever it might be. It may or not, like, it's not all, tattoos aren't always just like, you know, a mistake on a night out. Like, they do mean something.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of tattoos that people get that are just absolutely beautiful. Like, I really love tattoos, like, personally. Like, I go to the tattoo expos and all that kind of stuff. I look at all the tattoos on people. I look at the tattoos that people make. Like, I love the artwork behind tattoos. I've just never got a tattoo myself because, 1, I'm the hairiest man on the planet. And 2, like, I honestly, because it'll just grow over the top, bro. I honestly, you won't be able to see it. But two, I also I'm probably one of the most indecisive people you've ever met. So like I can never decide on what I want. So like there have been a lot of the times when I've like drawn up a tattoo, or I've had someone draw me up a tattoo, and I've looked at it and I said to myself, look, in a year's time, I'm going to put it on the wall, right? And in a year's time, if I love this tattoo as much as I love it now, in a year's time, I'll get it on my body, right? And then 6 weeks later, I'm like, I hate it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can never decide like what I want. But like for me, like growing up in a culture of tattoos, right? I'm a massive heavy metal fan, like a massive heavy metal fan. Like I'm the kind of person I'm the first person into the mosh pit. I put a helmet on as I go in if I have to. Like I'm the person that is going to headbutt someone. I get so into it, and I love that culture because I grew up like, you know, I was always growing up. I was like a skateboarder, and I inline skated, half pipe, like I did all that kind of stuff. And I would listen to the music, and I would fucking love the culture of that. And like every time I see a tattoo, I'm just like, oh my God, like that looks sick. Like, and you always know a good tattoo over a bad tattoo. And like, you know, you always like looking at people's tattoos, and you're like, oh, your tattoo, can I see? Like, you know, how many times you see that in a day? Like, and the greatest place to do that is at a metal concert, because everybody has tattoos. So like I walk in, I'm not like no tattoos, and they'll be like, who the fuck are you? Like,
but that's the best thing about it. Like at least you've realized like some people, let's say they're just going to get the tattoo, and then 6 weeks later they'll be like, oh, what the fuck have I done it?
Yeah.
But at least you have that mentality to, you know, like, okay, yeah, like you want one, but like being undecisive can be bad sometimes, but that's that's saving you at the same time, because you could get the tattoo, and then like after a week or two you could realize like, what have I done? Like I'm permanently stuck with this. Like you can get it. Obviously, you can get it laser removed and stuff like that, but I mean, that's just, even way more effort, and
Yeah. And the crazy part about it is, and I think a lot of people who have tattoos, and I see a lot of people in the chat who have tattoos, and I've seen a lot of you guys tattoos because you posted in the Discords, right? But for people that do have tattoos, you never just get one tattoo, okay? So like if you get one tattoo, you get fucking 10 tattoos. And the problem with me is I have a very addictive personality. Whether it comes to gaming, whether it comes to drinking, whether it comes to gambling, no matter what it might be, I have a very addictive personality, and I have to put myself in check, right? So if I get one tattoo, I'm gonna get 50 fucking tattoos. So you know what? At the moment, I'm just enjoying them from a distance, and I enjoy them on everyone else. And I'm just saying to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna not get one, just in case it becomes an expensive hobby. I don't need any more expensive hobbies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you,
Yeah. Big Ken in the chat. Let's go, Ken. Hey, your boy.
He's there as well.
Yeah, Peggy. Saw Moon was there too. Fuck yeah. Jam's talking about tattoos. Elite Bud is here as well. Big Bud. Liz with the alert. Thank you.
Just while Ken's here, obviously. So 10 a.m. his time, which is like 3 p.m. mine. So in like an hour, we're gonna go live on Ken's channel and kick off like our first sort of podcasting, where like people can come into the chat and talk to us, and we'll talk to you about our life experiences, and we'll try to help you and stuff like that as well, and give lots of advice basically. And so we'd really appreciate if some of you could stop in and just have a chat.
Did you say that's in an hour?
Yeah, so we're kicking that off in an hour.
On Ken's channel, or?
Yeah, on Ken's, yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, we'll definitely be there. Basically, if you could do us a favor, Ken, in the Discord, just as before you go live, just post in self promo and let everyone know. I'm sure everyone who's here right now will make the effort to go over, and I'm sure everyone in the Discord who sees it will definitely go and watch as well. So just make sure you give us a good explanation as what you're doing, and then we'll get over there and fucking check it out, dude, for sure. Like, you'll be surprised how many people in the Zilla patch actually make an effort to go and watch people. Like, if every person that posts that goes live in this Discord posts it and tells us about it, dude, the amount of times that I've just been like flicking through Discord and like talking to other people, and then I see someone posting there and I click on their link, I think out of the 230 other people in there, I'm pretty sure at least 10, 20 of them will do it. So if you do that, you're doing yourself a favor. Like, obviously, if you're streaming every single day, like, you don't post it every single day. But if it's for something special, like a charity, or like something like to do with, you know, a chatting stream or something that's outside of your normal gaming period, that's really good and helpful to do that, because Twitch alerts suck so bad, and I never get any of them because I have so many people I follow on Twitch. I just turn it off altogether because it's too many people. So I literally, if you don't post in the Discord, guys, I don't know if you're live unless I'm on Twitch physically and I'm looking at the list. So that's why I always say to everyone, please let me know if you're going to go on there, and let me know in there, because that's where I get my notifications. So make an effort to do that. It's only going to benefit you, and it's not going to hurt anyone else. So why not? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it's there for. It's fucking, it's a vibe. Like, we've created a community of fucking legends. All of them are so supportive.
Yeah, 100%.
Just get in amongst it, man. Honestly, like, you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't.
Yeah.
Straight up, hey. This is our first attempt streaming about the power of knowledge and individual quest for greatness. Definitely a new idea. Hey, look, and you know what? If it works, it'll take off. If it works, it'll take off. Like, with this podcast, even, like, you know, I don't expect 100 people to sit here and listen to this. Like, I just really want to do this with my friends and with the community members that have made this channel, because I think it's important, because everyone's different. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has a story to tell, and everyone in the channel knows each other and they talk to each other, right? But they don't actually know each other, if that makes sense. So, like, you don't know someone unless you watch them on Twitch. Now, a lot of people are on Twitch or not on Twitch, they don't stream or they don't talk. Like, so you don't get to know anything about them. You just watch them play a game, or, you know, but you don't get to know that person, what their life experiences are, where they're from. And, you know, as you would normally do with a normal person, like when you meet someone, right? The first thing you do is what you do for a living. Like, where are you from? You know, how'd you get here?
Yeah,
like, what's the greatest thing that happened to you? All that kind of stuff. Nobody ever asks you that when you're streaming COD or when you're streaming, you know, Apex or whatever. You know, they just come in and go, hey, what's up? How's your day? This game's cool.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's always a streamer asking, like, oh, where are you from? Do you know, how's your day? And all of that.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So I ask all those questions, obviously, to everyone who comes in, but I want to get to know people a little bit better than that. If I really vibe with someone, like a lot of the people in this chat, I've made that effort to do that because I go to their channels, or I get them on this and I talk to them like we do today, because it's important to, like, it's fun. I love it. I have a great time doing it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Well, look, we've talked for an hour and a half. I mean, I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
Jeez, that was quick.
It is what it is. I do talk a lot. We were supposed to have an extra guest on this afternoon. I obviously told you we're not going to have him on, but it was a vibe, dude. I've had a good chat. I'm always happy to game with you, bro. Like, so I'm always down to Minecraft,
always,
and I appreciate the amount of, like, help you give me on that game on Tuesdays, because it actually makes my life heaps easier. Because, like, concentrating on the chat, engaging with the community, and playing the game at the same time, like, can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge. Yeah.
Suck my fist, cunt.
probably the greatest quote of all time. Have you got the clip?
Just have the clip here.
Do you want to send it to me so we can play it on you, like, for the end of this? Because I would love that. We played it just before you left. It's like funniest thing ever. You mentioned to me the other day. It's like, I found the clip. Like, you're like, no way. It's so good, bro. Like, and that's the funny part about it. Like, playing games like that with your mates is the most fun you can have, eh?
For sure.
This is the only reason I continue to play Warzone is because I play with my friends. If I there's no way I just play randomly. You know what I mean? I don't just play, like, just because I want to play, like, with the random fields and stuff. I hate that, dude. I'd rather play just with my mates and then just go with it and have fun. That's so good.
Different. Like, I honestly, I don't know. It literally just came out, like, it was just in the moment, and
yeah, some things like that are the greatest clips, though. Like, you've seen some certain things that we've clipped on each other's channels and Halty and stuff that have just actually, like, stuck with you. Like, it's just the funniest shit. And you're just like, why was that so funny at the time? And you watch it back and you're like, oh, I get it now. Like, and then it's always it's like a personal joke, like the puss thing. Like it's always been like
yeah, it's just
just something we did.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it made no sense, and we did it anyway. It was funny.
yeah, it's just become like a part of everyday ritual now. Like
Yeah. Every day we're going, oh, you puss
was
puss.
introduced. Like, yeah, but I
Have you
mean, when I am back streaming, like you can expect a lot of like the suck my fist cunt and stuff like
Yeah.
that because I do get pretty toxic.
Yeah, exactly. See, like you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I do or not. To be honest, like I kind of just chill out a bit. I don't think like I get into the game and I get fiery on it, but I don't like. You'll never
Yeah.
see me just be like blow up or anything or get mad. I rarely do in any situation. And at the end of the day, I just think to myself, oh, it's just a game. I'm not going to get upset about it. But not to say that I'm not competitive. Like, do you know what I mean? Like when I lose a gunfight, I'm like, oh, god damn it!
Like you don't realize some of the things you say half the time. Like I'll be there just saying stuff like me and the boys, like my Irish boys, we have zero feel
Zero
when
filters.
we work
Yeah.
together and stuff like that. It's bad. Like it's bad. Like I obviously try to refrain myself like when playing with ye, like Holty and stuff because of the stream and stuff. But when I'm with my boys, like
It gets super fucked
some of the
up.
stuff we say just fly out the window. Like
It can't be said.
yeah, and the boys just like whoa. The boys just like whoa, as in like like it's obviously like whoa messing because like they know something like that will come out, but like it's it's just like yeah.
You're like, I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it felt so right. So true,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
So true. All right. Well, what we'll do is we'll play that clip as we play you out, man. If you've DM'd it to me,
I DM'd it too. Yeah.
awesome, dude. All right. Well, thanks so much for the chat, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
It's always good fun, dude, to chat with you, and I'm sure I'll chat with you later.
Always. Yeah.
And yeah, if you
sure.
guys haven't chucked Kalou a follow, make sure you do. We'll get a shout out for you in the chat. You probably shout yourself out even.
I wouldn't do that though.
Go give
But
him a follow. Give him some love, and yeah, when he comes back to streaming, he'll be back into it. And also with Ken's stream this afternoon, if we can give a shout out to Ken as well. Ken will be streaming with Kalou this afternoon. So give a shout out to Ken and get over there and watch the stream in an hour's time.
An hour's time, yeah.
Awesome, dude.
We'll be kicking that off.
All right, we'll be there. I'll definitely be there.
Right.
All right.
Thank you very much for obviously having me on as well.
GG's, dude. I'll talk to you soon.
Laters.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Bye, everybody.
We've got to play this clip. Oh, it's a clip of mine too. Here we go.
Oh shit, son.
Oh, there's so many.
Oh, he's a god.
Oh God, Kalou. Oh God.
I can't.
I can't either.
Oh, suck my fist, cunt.
Jesus.
All right.
The non-toxic Kalou just got toxic.
Suck my fist, cunt. That's fucking gold. Oh my God. So the old